All right, guys, so welcome back. This is your workout for Friday, April 3rd, 2020. Before we get into this, guys, though, I want to start by kind of prefacing everything that we're doing today, why we're doing it. Today, guys, we're doing a hero workout. It is called Young, and this hero workout is in honor of Terrell Young, Deputy Terrell Young, who was with the Riverside Sheriff's Department, and he passed away today. Today is Thursday. This will be a workout for tomorrow. But he passed away today from COVID-19, coronavirus. So I think this is a good moment just to spend a second, guys, and please understand that this is a scary time for everybody. I think it's really important that we're all doing our part, staying home, or for me, like I said, I'm here at the gym doing some projects, but I'm by myself. Make sure you guys are social distancing. Let's take this seriously, guys, because we have so many people within the gym. They're in the front lines, and it's obviously Riverside County. So I guarantee, I haven't spoken with anybody yet, but I can almost guarantee that someone within our facility here knew Terrell, Deputy Terrell Young, and worked with him. So again, guys, I think it's one of those moments where we really need to kind of sit back and say, hey, let's do our part. Let's stay home. Let's not go to the grocery store. Let's Instacart your groceries home. Do all that stuff, guys. It's so important right now. And again, going back to our closure happening before it was mandated, I'm really proud of the fact that all of you guys were on board with that, because we did our part in shutting down when I thought it was time to do so before it was mandated. So again, guys, just to touch on that. But getting into our workout for today, we are going to be doing Young. And guys, getting for our warm up, we're going to be doing 3 rounds. You guys will have some 30-second intervals, and with these guys, obviously, they are 30-second intervals, but you can transition however you want. So if it takes you 10 to 15 seconds to transition into the next movement, go ahead and take your time. Just start 30 seconds from when you get to that next movement, okay? But with that said, our first movement is going to be the couch stretch, guys. Now, I've got a bench set up here. You can use a bench, you can use a wall. It doesn't matter either way, but you're gonna do 30 seconds on each side, so each leg. So you're just gonna prop your foot up on whatever you have, a wall or bench or whatever it might be. Obviously, guys, if we need to, we can cushion our knee with anything below. If you have an ab mat, I would obviously suggest that. It's a perfect item to use for that. So you're just gonna prop that knee down. You're gonna bring that other foot out in front of you, and you're just gonna get your chest tall and kind of camp out in this position for 30 seconds. You're gonna do that on each side with the idea there, guys, that we're trying to extend that hip as best as possible. We don't wanna have our knee propped up in front of us like this. We wanna try to pull that knee back and really feel a stretch in the front of that hip flexor as well as in the quad, okay? From there, though, guys, you're going to go into 30 seconds of a prayer stretch. So a prayer stretch, you can use that same bench or whatever you have that you just used for your couch stretch. And with that prayer stretch, guys, I've been doing this one a lot more lately. I don't know why, it just seems to feel good. So I feel like I put in a lot of the stuff that we do in our warm-ups and stuff that I personally do myself. So prayer stretch has been in the rotation lately, so I'm going to throw it in there. But prayer stretch, guys, you're just going to bring your elbows or hands, either way. I like to bring my elbows here, and then I like to just obviously get the prayer position. And then we're just gonna push our hips back and try to keep a nice flat back. Try not to overextend your hips back like that. Try to think about kind of tucking the butt down, and then just kind of camping out in this position. You bring your hands behind you. This is just a really good way to stretch out the upper back, the lats, the shoulders, the triceps, all that good stuff that you're gonna need for a good front rack position, which you will need today. After we get done with our prayer stretch, though, we're gonna do 30 seconds of bootstrap squats. So our bootstrap squats, always kind of a staple in warm-ups. I really like them. They're probably one of my favorite just overall squat warm-up movements. But we're gonna have feet underneath the underneath the shoulders. We're gonna try to create an arch with that foot. Arms are inside of those knees. Sitting our butt down, keeping the chest tall, and then pushing the hips back and kind of squeezing those hamstrings as best as possible, getting a nice contraction back there, as well as in the groin and in the front of the hip. Okay, so you're gonna do 30 seconds of that. It's not for reps, just take your time and obviously just move through it. But once we are done with 30 seconds of that, you're going to go into 30 seconds of inchworm to cobra. I'm going to demo going this way because I think it's going to be a little awkward going that way. But we're going to do that, guys. Feet are underneath our hips. We're just going to touch our toes essentially. And then we're going to walk our hands all the way out into a push-up position or close to it. And then we're going to drive ourselves under and up. Okay, from there, we're going to push our hips up and back into down dog. And then you guys are going to walk your feet all the way up to your hands. And you're gonna repeat that again for 30 seconds. Once we're done with that 30 seconds of inchworm to cobra, you guys are gonna go on a 1-minute jog. If you have a rower at home or a salt bike or whatever that might be, I know we're not lending out assault bikes, guys, just a heads up on that stuff, but if you have one at home, You can ride that for 1 minute, you can run, you can jump rope, just kind of something monostructural, right? Monostructural meaning it's just kind of simple on the body. It's a good way to kind of get you guys warm, get blood flowing essentially, all right? So you're gonna go through that for 3 total rounds, just kind of cruise through. Remember, we're not doing anything crazy here. It's 3 rounds of 30 seconds at each station, and then obviously the 1 minute jog at the end. All right, so that is gonna be the warm up for today. All right, guys, so here is the workout for today. Obviously, like we were talking about earlier, today's hero workout is young. There are 2 different ways to approach this workout, though, very different between the equipment option and the limited equipment option or no equipment option, okay? So we're gonna talk about both of them and why we did that. But regardless, the workout is a 20-minute AMRAP today. You guys are gonna start off for the equipment track. If you have a barbell handy, you're gonna start off, you're gonna do a total of 4 power cleans at an RX weight of 135 pounds for men, 85 pounds for ladies, followed up by 2 power snatches with the same weight on your barbell, and then we're gonna do 20 box jumps, okay? The idea with that barbell, guys, is that it's meant to be something that's gonna be moderately heavy, okay? So we're kind of slowing things down just a little bit and allowing us to kind of work with some barbell work, allow us to get a little bit stronger, and allow more time to focus on that, okay? So it'll be 4 power cleans at 135/85. There is an RX Plus option of 185/125. Just be sure, guys, for all of us, the limiting factor should be the power snatch. So just ensure that it's something that's gonna be moderately challenging for the power snatch. The power clean should be pretty routine as we go through those. But again, the power snatch should be the limiting factor on that. So just make sure to scale to something that's gonna be appropriate for you to make 2 reps challenging, okay? But after we're done with that, we're gonna do 20 box jumps. If you guys have a box, the prescribed height is 24 inches for men, 20 inches for ladies. If you do not have a box handy, obviously we want to try to find something that's going to be roughly about that height, something that's stable that we can jump onto. If that isn't the case, if we have to step up, you can step up on something as well, or we can do broad jumps as well. That's another option, but I've got a bench here. So just for the step ups, guys, I always like to think about not trying to push off the back leg so much. Try to really focus on that front foot as we step up. That'll ensure that we're getting stronger in that leg that's leading, okay? Now, with the no equipment option or the limited equipment option, the workout is structured a little bit differently. It's still a 20-minute AMRAP, but the difference here is that we're gonna start off with 4 box jumps to a challenging height. If we don't have that, that's fine. Just do the same thing we just talked about with the equipment option. From there, you're going to do 2 devil press with your dumbbell or dumbbells, either way, or odd object, whatever option you have, or whatever you have around, that's gonna be what you use. And then we're gonna finish with 20 dumbbell hang clean and jerks, okay? Now, you can alternate those however you like. However, I do want 10 on the right and 10 on the left. So if you wanna go 10 on the right, 10 on the left, if you wanna alternate, if you wanna go sets of 5, whatever you wanna do there, completely up to you. But again, that's gonna be the workout structure for the day. The reason I switched it up a little bit for the RX version or the equipment option versus the limited or no equipment option is just specifically because the barbell is meant to be kind of the main component there, and then the box jumps are gonna be kind of, there's not gonna be as many done. There's not gonna be as many rounds done for the barbell workout as opposed to the dumbbell workout. Okay, so that's the reason why I wanted to do that. If you guys were to do 20 box jumps every round with the dumbbell, it would be a lot of box jumps. So that's kind of the reason why we did that, okay? But for our dumbbell, most of you guys have 1 dumbbell. Some of you guys had some dumbbells lying around on top of what we gave you, which is rad. But if you only have 1 dumbbell, you're gonna perform a devil's press, okay? That devil's press is going to be a single arm, or again, if we have 2, cool. I'm gonna demo it with a single though. You're gonna come down to a burpee position, so you're gonna drop down to the floor. Once we get here, we're gonna do our best to jump up nice and wide, and we're gonna try to bring our feet all the way up to that dumbbell. That's just gonna make it a lot easier to get that dumbbell in a position to kind of turn into that snatch movement or a kettlebell swing movement. We're bringing it back, driving up, and then bringing that dumbbell up and overhead. We're returning back down to the ground, doing the same thing with the other arm. 2 reps, that is gonna be 1 on each arm. Okay, so that's gonna be for the devil press, or if we have 2 dumbbells, you're just gonna do 2 reps in general. So that's gonna be for the dumbbell snatch. For the dumbbell hang clean and jerk, regardless if you have 1 or 2 dumbbells handy, you're only gonna use 1 for this portion, okay, for the dumbbell hang clean and jerks. So with the dumbbell hang clean and jerk, very similar to snatch, you're gonna drive the dumbbell up to your shoulder. Once we get here, we're gonna try to drop 1 hex of that dumbbell we're gonna drop down, we're gonna push press that dumbbell up, so we're just gonna dip down, keeping that chest tall, drive up explosively using our legs, and then just finish with that dumbbell nice and close to the ear. Now, again, guys, we can do 5, 10 on our right, and then switch off. Again, it's just a single arm movement, driving up, really thinking about using the legs as we do that. Okay, so again, alternate as you need. So that's gonna be for the dumbbell hang clean and jerks. Now, again, for our odd object component, guys, if we only have access to that odd object, this 70-pound sandbag has been getting a lot of work done with it lately, by the way. If you're gonna do it this way, your devil's press will just be a burpee and then a ground to overhead with that odd object. So you'll come down to the floor. Same idea though, we're gonna drive the feet out nice and wide. Then we're gonna lift our odd object, bring it all the way up and overhead. So we're gonna do 2 of those. For the hang clean and jerks, guys, you're gonna bring your odd object back up to the hip. We're gonna drive up to the shoulder, press up each and every time. Okay, so again, 20 reps, bringing the sandbag, odd object, whatever that may be, for 20 of those, okay? So again, that's gonna be for the no or limited equipment option on this workout, but again, that's gonna do it for the different lines of workouts we have there. So get after it, guys, have fun with this one. Let's remember why we're doing what we're doing right now, and then obviously just take time to reflect on everything that we're currently doing on a daily basis to stay healthy, to stay sane, and ultimately, guys, just remember, do the right thing, stay home, try not to go out. I know it's hard times, it's crazy times right now, but I think we can all do better, and I think we should. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the workout for today. We do have a finisher though, and we'll talk about that in a sec. All right, so guys, after we're done with our workout, you can rest, take your time, grab some water, grab a protein shake, whatever you need to do after you get done with that workout. But after we get done with the WOD, we do have a finisher, okay? Now it's gonna be accumulating 100 reps of either a dumbbell strict press or what's called a Bradford press with a barbell. Side note, the Bradford press, all you need is an empty barbell. Do not try to add weight to it. It will creep up on you really, really quickly. I started incorporating these. Ed actually showed me these, and it's been a huge part of my training on a pretty much weekly basis ever since. I really like the way what it does for my shoulders and just my shoulder health, because it's a lightweight movement that we can do and accumulate a lot of reps with, and it also aids in the recovery as well. Okay, so just kind of a heads up on that. But the Bradford press, guys, you're gonna have your barbell set up. You're just gonna bring it up to a strict press position. I'm gonna show from the side because it's just an easier angle to look at. We're gonna have our barbell set up just like we would a strict press. So nice vertical forearms. From right here, we're gonna press up, but we're not gonna press all the way to lockout. We're just gonna get the bar above our head. We're gonna drive it behind our head. We're gonna come up, and that's 1. Okay, so 1 rep is up, up, that's 1, okay? As you do these, guys, try not to get to that full lockout each and every time. Again, we're trying to keep consistent tension on those shoulders for all 20 reps. So it should be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you're gonna accumulate 100 of those. Try to do them in the least amount of sets possible. That's the idea with this, is we wanna kinda just do a quick burnout sesh. This is really good for the shoulders, like I was saying. If we don't have access to a barbell though, guys, you're more than welcome to use a dumbbell. You have a couple options on that. If you have a light-ish dumbbell, we can do them single arm. So we can just be here, accumulating 100 reps on that dumbbell like so, alternating however you need to get there. So again, 5s, 10s, whatever you need to do. That will be total, okay? With the dumbbell, it's gonna be total. It's a lot of reps, I don't wanna overdo it with those. But if we have a heavy dumbbell, we can go ahead and just square it up like so. You guys can actually perform that same Bradford press here, or you can just do a standard press up and overhead for 100 of those, okay? But like I said, play with it, guys. I know that we all have different weights and different objects that we can use for stuff like this. If you have a kettlebell, obviously you do single arm strict press. If you have a heavier kettlebell and you struggle with that kind of goblet position here pressing, just do 50 reps or 40 reps or something like that. Again, we're trying to basically get 5 to 6 sets of just good quality movement, okay? So just strict bodybuilding, really just kind of, again, helping us kind of get the shoulders, the joints, the tendons, all that good stuff nice and strengthened while we're not doing all the crazy work of CrossFit, like all of the back squats, all those kind of just hard on the joint movements, okay? So again, that's gonna be the finisher for today, guys. That's all we got for today. I hope you guys get after it. I hope you guys have fun with this one. Again, always keep making sure we post or tag us on social media. We have a lot of cool stuff happening right now. We have the April challenge happening. Be sure to get those pictures emailed over to me by tomorrow. That will be the final day. I know we're kind of getting into it really quick, but I think it's good to just keep you guys engaged during everything going on. And then also too, we have CrossFit, who just came out and basically created a fundraiser for gyms in the country, and well, actually not in the country, in the world. And that, what it is, it's a fundraiser. All the proceeds are donated directly back to the affiliate they're a part of. So if you sign up and pay 20 bucks, the 20 bucks goes directly to Pandemic. Obviously, guys, I even stated in the email and the messages I've sent out, I don't need your $20. You guys being members here and supporting us during all that stuff, or all this stuff, is enough for me to just say thank you. And I'm not asking for any more money. However, obviously, if you find it in your heart to do so, awesome. It definitely helps out a lot, and we really do appreciate it. But at the end of the day, this is for you guys to stay engaged. This is for us to come together and have some engagement and just have a good time with everything going on. So I encourage you guys to all sign up for that. There will be options with limited equipment, and it's just meant to be fun, right? So it'll be a good time. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to respond back to this on our Facebook page or respond back via email. I sent out a lot more information, as well as a link to the fundraiser page where you can get registered for all that stuff there. If you signed up for the Open last year, you already have all of your stuff set up, so you can literally just go in, register for the event, and you will get it released to you when it comes out. Okay, so again, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Have fun, get after it.